Okay, it is, what is this, Wednesday, September 18th. We just boarded the bus.
Okay, so good morning, buongiorno. Wow, everybody speaks Italian now. Good. Just buongiorno. Huh? Very warm buongiorno. Good morning to all of you. So welcome to Civitavecchia, Civitavecchia, Old City, Civitavecchia, this is the name. My name is Teresa, nice to meet you. So welcome to where I live. I live here in town, Civitavecchia, just a couple of minutes from here. So it's easy. So we are with our great driver, Mr. Roberto. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Good morning, Roberto. Number one in Rome. Number one. He's our angel today, driving through the city. Okay, so here we are. This is the last pier, cruise pier. And there's a long pier with many boats today. We're very busy. Civitavecchia port, the port of Roma, but we are not yet in Roma. Transfer to Roma is a little more than an hour and 30 minutes. So almost 2 hours because the traffic. So the traffic, and so we will be, I think, in Roma around 10. We have a reservation for the Colosseum at 10:10. So we arrive on time. Anyway, if we will be late, I think no, but if we will, they wait, so don't worry. So as you can see, we are really busy. Civitavecchia city is a little city, only 50,000 people, but it's very busy every day with thousands and thousands of guests from all over the world. So we are really proud every day to welcome passengers because many boats from different countries. Are you from US, UK? Yes, everybody US? Australia, UK, some of you, wow. Good. So we have a mixed bus. Driving around the city. Well, actually, we won't drive around the city. So we go inside the port, the old port, through the countryside. So we will do a lap around Civitavecchia city. So you will see the port from the hillside. Then we will head south. So Roma is that way. Rome is that way. East is where sun is rising. So we will go by the countryside, and so in an hour and 30 minutes you will start to see the first district of Roma. So this is a wonderful tour because we are going to enjoy the highlights. You know, Rome was not built in a day. But in a day we can have the flavor of Roma. In a day we can have the best of Roma. In a day we can see the highlights. In a day we can see the highlights inside the highlights, because there's so much in Roma. And as you know, in Roma there's another country. In Roma there is the Vatican City, that is a completely different country, is a state within a state. So Roma has inside the Vatican City the state church, the place that the Pope calls home. So today Rome is extremely busy, not only because cruises, not only because many tourists, that is, you know, they want to see the Colosseum and the Sistine Chapel from all over the world, but also because the Holy Father. This morning the Holy Father is in St. Peter's Square. He's doing an audience with more than 50,000 people, so there are lots of pilgrims. We are going to go to the Vatican City in the afternoon. We have a reservation 1:30 for the Sistine Chapel. So, well, you will see there that also when we will visit St. Peter Church, you will see thousands of chairs, a lot of people. Well, anyway, this is Roma. It's always high season in Roma. So, Vatican City will be later. So in the morning we visit the archaeological park. We walk through the city to see the Trevi Fountain, that is a monumental fountain, the most beautiful in Roma. Through the little side street we will discover some district. So you will breathe the real typical Roman atmosphere. You will have a free time for lunch, so you will taste Rome too. pizza, pasta, ice cream, gelato, very famous gelato, Roman gelato, Italian ice cream, and lasagna, very famous lasagna. So touring is food and beautiful venues. This is touring. So Civitavecchia is almost 2,000 years old. It's a port that 2,000 years ago it has been built because they wanted of the Emperor Trajanus, very important emperor. We will see in Rome his tomb. So 2,000 years ago the Caesars, the Romans, this was for the imperial fleet of the Roman emperors. On your right, this is the symbol of the city. It's a 500 years old fortress. This castle, it has been built by two geniuses, Michelangelo Buonarroti, the very famous Italian genius, the sculptor, the architect, the painter of the Sistine Chapel, and Bramante, the architect of St. Peter Church. So let's say that this tour can be called on the steps of Michelangelo, because we see this fortress built for the Pope Julius II. So it was the port of the Caesars, the port of the ancient Romans, and then later the port of the popes. When popes, they were like kings. And this pope had a nickname, Warrior Pope. He used to jump on horses and he used to go to the war, more than dealing with the Bible. He conquered a lot. Things were different. So the fortress, Michelangelo Fortress, so called, on your right, the old walls of the city. Over the walls, you can see that the style is completely different, quite modern, because the city, unfortunately, it has been destroyed during the last conflict, World War II. That one is a medieval old wall, and boats used to dock there. In front of you, and right and left, up to that little tower that once was a lighthouse. This is an ancient Roman wall, and into the water we have the old walls, like here in front of you.
Yeah.
So, because Roman cement, it's organic and extremely strong. It could last forever. So if it was not destroyed by the war, we could still have the ancient port, because the cement is extremely strong. It's a special recipe that architects they are trying to reuse, because lasts more than ours. So this little haven is a touristic one, and for the fishermen, we will see the fishermen sailing back later. When we will come back around 6:30. So I think 6. We must be back at 6. So they do a little market at sea. So it's a picturesque. On your left, the ancient walls. This little statue on your left is the Emperor Trajan, the founder of the city. He was the leader of the Roman Empire during the maximum extension of the Roman Empire. So the Caesars are very famous because they had a big empire that was different provinces, was giant for imagine 2,000 years ago, stretching from Portugal, Syria, so Middle East, or the Mediterranean Sea, or the European continent, also the island of Britannia, that was the name, borderline with Scotland, so from there to the desert of Egypt, so it was large. And the Emperor Trajan was the leader of all of this area, imagine, very rich was the city of Rome. City of Rome was a city of 1 million of people, so today, imagine 2,000 years ago, 1 million of people meant another planet for the world. So we are going to go through the history of Rome. We are going to travel through the history of Rome through architecture, because we will see the ancient ruins. We will go inside the Colosseum. The Colosseum, one of the first giant place for public utility. So that was where people had fun. So while the economy did start spinning around the world, around the empire, so the downtown of the old city, and then medieval period, and then up to today, Vatican City and Rome. So, as I was telling to you, Vatican City will be in the afternoon. In the Vatican City there are 11 museums. It's a larger complex. We won't have time to visit the 11 museums because they go from the Egyptian collection to the contemporary picture gallery. So it's too much. The goal of the day is the one to arrive at the Sistine Chapel and to enjoy the wonderful highlights. That is the masterpiece, is one of the world's masterpieces done by Michelangelo as painter. It's a great masterpiece because Michelangelo, he was not a painter, he was architect and sculptor, but when he made the Sistine Chapel, the world was shocked. So that's why it's part of the man genius. Okay, so Trevi Fountain, it's where you will have a free time for lunch. I can show you some places where you can have some lunch on your own, or just a slice of pizza, just a snack. Be always ready with few coins in your pocket because there are a lot of unfortunately pickpockets around the city. So what I suggest to you, don't take off your wallet with a lot of money inside among people. So always just for the coffee, few notes and few coins in your pocket. Then all around the city there are a lot of people because in Italy we are living a very bad situation because our politicians, our government, also the immigration is a problem. It's not because we don't want immigrant, well, I would accept everybody, but it's because the organization is not good. So you will see lots of people selling selfie sticks, bottles of water. I have water for you, okay? One bottle for each of you. So don't buy water from people on the street and from illegal vendors. They hide the bottles inside the trash bins, under the bushes before when the police comes because they are illegal vendors. So it's better you don't put your mouth on those bottles. Then there are a lot of guys, very old, tall, big guys, black above all, they are from Central Africa. They want to sell to you bracelet and they want money, just money, but they force you to do that. So say no, say no. We do stop at the Trevi Fountain where you can do some shopping, but the best is at the Vatican City. This morning the Holy Father will bless all the religious articles that you want to bring home as gift for Christmas or just for you. You can buy beautiful objects and the mosaics. If you want to buy mosaics from the Vatican School, you know, we will find at the Vatican City. Okay, so what else? Anything you need, I'm going to stay with you all the time, and I come back with you to Civitavecchia. I want to show to you my park, the Palatine Hill. All these rocks, these ruins with the top of the trees.
9:35. We've been in Rome just a little bit. We're headed to the
Also
Colosseum.
gardens with olive trees, cloisters. So there's a church up there with monks that they live in. So Roma, this is Roma. This is the downtown today. This was the downtown of the city 2,000 years ago. So Colosseum, it has been always the carousel of Roma. Thousands and thousands of tourists every day, so we should be covered with gold. I'm sorry if you will see trash around, so don't look at it. Look at the beauty of Roma, because but as I was telling to you, we hope for the next new politicians that have been just elected a few days ago. So the Arch of Constantine, built in year 320 to commemorate the victory of Constantine during the Civil War. 320, built up by the Senate of Rome for him to commemorate his life. You can see an inscription that was covered with gold letters all around, the reliefs about his life, and like a movie, the battle he did all around. Then over left, you can see a big temple, just all broken with few rows of columns, the temple of Venus and Roma. And here, the broken side of the Colosseum. This is the south side that crumbled down. Here we are, so maybe it has been a dream all your life to come and see the Colosseum. So here in front of you. We will go inside, we go to the first floor, so it's broken, it's the ruin, it's still imposing today. So, well, imagine 2,000 years ago in its prime, how giant was considered, so big and so tall. This is the inner core, so this is the skeleton, so that's why you see many holes. When you see holes, means that something is missing. Above all, clamps and metal trusses.
All right, it's 5 minutes to 10. I think we have a reservation about 10 minutes after 10 to go inside the Colosseum. So we're just waiting right here for a minute. We climbed up 2 sets of very steep, narrow steps to get up to the second floor in the Colosseum.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Bye. Non, mais je me rachèterai, mais là, il y a l'ordinateur qui est plus important.
C'est moi qui vais te l'acheter l'ordi.
Eu acabei sol.
And then, let me check for the seat.
Bene.
It is about 11 a.m. We're finished touring the Colosseum and we're going to be walking to the Trevi Fountain.
sto in orario, io non sono venuto lì perché non c'era ancora nessuno. Gli ho fatto vedere, ma io ci sto tra 20 secondi, no? Ok. Everything is good.
Qualche giorno prima celui-là, on sait jamais. Non, non. Là, tu l'as tu peux l'avoir.
Well, it's about 20 minutes to 12. We made it to the fountain, but yes, it's packed. Okay, we stopped at a little shop for lunch. We ordered pizza and a Diet Coke. We're right near the Trevi Fountain, so we'll see what it looks like once we get it. But it's good to just sit down. Right now it's about 11:45. Thank you. Thank goodness. I need that. Okay, it's 12:25. We just finished our pizza. This is the place where we ate at right here, right off of the Trevi Fountain. Really, really good. It was a small place. Oh yeah, so each of us, it was not, yeah, 19 euro a piece. So 19 euro for a pizza and a Coke. So with the service charge, I guess the total bill was 41 euro for 2 pizzas and 2 Cokes. 41.80? Oh, okay. Yeah, but it was very nice, good pizza. Glad we got to eat pizza in Rome. It's almost time to, about another 10 minutes before we meet our group back in front of the Trevi Fountain. So we're not far from it, we're just right around the corner. It's just a little, it's nice and shady here. And not as crowded because it was absolutely swamped with people at the Trevi Fountain. But it's very calm right here. Again, it's a beautiful day. We'll be going to the Vatican next as soon as we meet up in about 10 minutes. Then we're going to head back to the bus and head to the Vatican. Okay, it's 5 after 1. I think we're just about to our bus. Okay, yes, we're getting on our bus and heading to the Vatican.
1 year 20 postcard. 1 year 20 postcard. 1 euro.
So we just got dropped off at the Vatican. This is the Vatican Wall. It's 1:30 right now. I think we'll be going through the museum first, then the Sistine Chapel, and then inside St. Peter's. Okay, we are in the Vatican Museum, getting ready to walk through this before we make it to the Sistine Chapel. I can't take pictures in the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, we can take pictures anywhere. I just didn't know if this was on the other side. Probably not.
when he died, they covered them up. The same sort of for Michelangelo. So here, please, you can take.
This is the gallery of the maps.
These are not. Okay, we can stop here at the back.
Okay, it's 2:35. We left the Sistine Chapel, which was almost as bad as the London subway on Saturday night, but it was beautiful. And now we're in St. Peter's Basilica.
Here, because the church has such size that we lose the dimensions. We feel lost in space in this giant room because it's so big. Just to give to you an idea, the black letters, this is the Gospel of Matthew, the Gospel that says, Peter, you are the rock, from the build church. Black letters, 6 feet. 180 feet corner ceiling, in copper ceilings and leaves of gold. Giant arches with spaces on top. Those are change the church from very old style to the contemporary church. It's his real body of the 60s.
That's his real body.
The mosaic is a Saint Gerolomus, is a copy of a painting. Saint Gerolomus receiving his last Holy Communion. Gerolomus translated the Bible from Hebrew to Greek and Latin. So that's why by him, because he did this revolution. Emperor sitting dressed like a Roman citizen, St. Peter holding the keys and blessing the people. the statue of the 1300, so medieval statue, the cast in bronze, the beautiful throne in marble, and the mosaic like a tapestry. Because the kids
He's going to.
soldier that as a doctor did check if Jesus died. So pierced the heart of Jesus on the cross. Saint Helena, Saint Veronica. On the other side, Andrew, the brother of Saint Peter, Simon the fisherman and the fisherman. And here, the tomb of the Apostle Peter. So underground, this giant canopy cast in bronze is the largest bronze in the world. 90 feet, yes, 90 feet, with bronze from Roman temple.
All right, it's 5 after 3. We're just leaving St. Peter's Church. And here's St. Peter's Square.
Vuoi se ne fa?
Myślicie, mogę się już rozebrać, czy niekoniecznie?
No.
Teraz
No to prawda. No to jest takie miejsce, które nie trzeba. Janus, shoot that in, shoot the...
They are highly trained. They must be from 1929, 2 years of the purified.
Okay, it's 10 after 4. We are back on the bus and going to be headed back to the ship. It's going to be quite a ride, but at least it's air conditioning. We're off our feet. I think we've walked it's a little over 5 miles so far today. And I think she said we should be back to the ship by 6 p.m. So we'll see what happens.
Along the Tiber again, we have to go across and back under this tunnel. Voilà. So one way to go, one way to come back. So this tour, the tour of the 7 churches, I call it. The tour of the 7 churches. So Rome is not easy. It's not easy to Rome. When we will be on the other side, on the bridge, you can see Sant'Angelo Castle, the tomb of the Emperor Hadrian. So from there we will see very well the castle and the tomb. The street level of Roma without the embankment. This level on the right. This one on the right is the street level of the city without the embankment. When on the bridge on our left, have a look on your right when we will be on the bridge. So we can see the bridge built by Pope Sixto, that is called the Sixtine Bridge. The same of the Sisi Chapel building. When that they built the chapel, he was the Pope, so gave his name to the chapel. He did also the bridge. So almost 600 years ago. On your right, the city jail. This is the jail of Roma. Within the walls, outside the city walls, across the river. So this was considered out of the city. Out of the city, it was at the beginning a cloister, and the cloister became a jail. The name of this jail, Queen of Heaven, Regina Coeli, Queen of Heaven. All along to the right, the bridge, the Sistino, with in the middle of the hydrometer. The embankments are very high, but believe me, water can arrive to the top. Yes, it's true.
Well, we're back on the ship. We got back from Rome to the port of Civitavecchia about, I think it was like 5:45. Went to the room, put our stuff up, went to the Windjammer, got something to eat. It's almost 5 minutes to 7, I guess. We were just watching the last busload. I think it was the last busload of passengers. I don't know if they're waiting for anybody else. When everyone was supposed to be back at 6:30 and we're supposed to be leaving at 7. So I'm assuming it won't be too much longer before we'll be leaving. And then that'll be it for Italy. Florence and Rome were both fantastic ports. It was a great day today in Rome. Fortunately, we are going to have 2 sea days to try to recuperate from all of these days. It's been extremely exhausting, but a really great time. So fortunately, 2 sea days, and then we'll have, let's see, 4 ports in a row once we go to Greece and then the Greek islands, and then 2 sea days before we get back to Barcelona. So we still have quite a bit of vacation left, but now fortunately we're going to have 2 days of rest.